Hey everyone, and welcome to the third podcast of the Stories of Weird.
Weird number 3.
Duh.
Go.
And,
Well, hello, Christina Aguilera.
oh, thank you. I know. When I get into my voice, I have to go for it 110%. Because that's how I do it.
You know, if you're not going 110%, you're not doing anything.
Right, because 100%, everyone goes for 100%, but who goes for 110%? Really? Come on.
You know, champions.
Champions, exactly. And that's, Victoria, that is what I am.
You're a champion.
Thanks.
Speedy commercial.
Of what? We're not sure, but
Of this podcast.
all day, every day.
Okay, so once again, this is the Stories of Weird, and this is the video podcast where weird people give weird commentary about weird things, because we're weird people, as we've, I think, established in every beginning for every podcast. Are we weird people?
I think it got weird.
I think we're weird.
A little bit.
And just as introductions, I'm your host, Weston, and these are my co-hosts, Victoria
Hey guys.
and Tom. Dun, 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 dun. That's what I thought of when I saw you do that. Mixed with Thriller dance, same decade, right?
Okay, it's beginning. All right.
I study history.
Oh yeah. No, this is great. We're in college. We should know this.
Are we? Or are we just saying that we're in
should.
college to make us sound smarter so people actually listen to us?
No, I'm pretty sure that an American saying, "Hey, I'm in college," doesn't exactly make them sound smarter. I'm just gonna throw that out there. No.
I thought that's the way it works. I'm in college, I'm smart.
Well, I mean, yeah, but sure, Weston, yeah.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Yeah. You're such a champion.
The world needs to know.
Yep.
Yes.
So for those of you
Alright.
that don't know what that reference is from, so as you may or may not know, Victoria is very much a British. She loves the British BBC stuff, and Cumberbatch is her secret lover, even though it's not really a secret.
It's secret?
It's so secret he and I really don't even know about it.
Yep, that's a secret relationship right there.
No, I'm fascinated by him as an actor. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What-
And his face, right?
We didn't even let her finish.
So
So
guys, yeah, no, it's fine.
So anyway, so there's the trailer from The Fifth Estate, which is about Assange, right?
Yeah,
WikiLeaks.
Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, and the two times that the two huge catalytic events that created WikiLeaks and the big whoop-de-doo about it.
Yep, and then in that trailer, Cumberbatch plays
The Australian Julian Assange, and he has an Australian accent, and it's silly. I mean, it's good. It's good in every other part of the trailer, but this one part of the trailer just cracks me up. And it's a good line. The world needs to know. He's talking about all these things that he's leaking, and
Yep.
but it's the way he says the word no. It's weird.
Needs to know.
It's interesting. And I mean, I can't do an Australian accent, so unless I'm making fun of him doing one, which is terrible.
Victoria, why can't you do an Australian accent?
Because I'm not Australian. I'm Californian. I'm from California.
Well, I guess the world needs to know.
See, now you're just showing off.
You tell me I have to do my accents more often because I can somewhat do them.
You're not supposed to show me up. Hello.
I was just joining
a
the
caravan.
conversation with accents.
Like a clergyman.
Yeah.
Clergyman.
So, guys, how are you doing? What is going on in the lives of Tom and Victoria?
Why doesn't Tom go first? Because we've heard enough about me today.
Have we? Have we?
Tom, how are you, love?
Not bad. I actually have a sliver of social life again because being in college, you don't tend to get that too often. Or you have too much of that too
I was
often.
going to say, it depends on who you are and stuff.
Well, I'm not the other side of the coin, so
It depends on if you're one of those college students that is smart because they go to college or not.
I go to college.
well, I hope I don't sound like that, but yes, that would be me.
Yeah, some people just sound like that. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No, it's fine. I mean, there's really not much to tell. You go to school, you sleep, you eat, you have fun once in a while.
Once in a while.
Once in a while. And then we do this.
Yeah, such work. Such
Yeah.
work.
You love this podcast. You love it.
Careful, folks. He's pointing at you.
Victoria.
What are you going to do to me? Knock on the door?
You love this podcast.
I'm not going to make it through today with that. I'm not.
Okay, so Tom, you're getting out, or is that what you mean? You're getting out, hanging out with people and
Ooh,
friends?
I'm going to a club next week. I'm actually going to go dance.
Oh, now I feel like we should just tell everyone where you're going so people can see you dance.
The
Can we-
Belasco.
You know that
Make it
that would get
happen.
more hits on YouTube than this podcast does.
That's
is
probably
sad.
true. Thomas, make a viral video, and then in that viral video, put the link to our podcast down there. Okay.
You're rocking out your
I'll do it. I
got
got
my
my
own
own YouTube channel. I can do that.
introductions. I can do it.
Like I'll print you out like a little neon sign that has like a battery power thing. Just do it like that.
So I'm a sign twirler at a dance floor.
If you can do that, I know it's a hard job, but I feel like you can do it. I have faith. Yep. Victoria, are you seeing what he's doing?
Oh, I'm saying it. Believing it.
See, I saw you looking down. I'm thinking, are you avoiding his dancing right now?
She's trying very, very hard. It's just that you can't not stare at this mess happening right now.
I don't run very fast, so I just accept whatever is happening.
Okay, Victoria. Now, how about you? What have you been up to in the last week?
Aside from drooling over Cumberbatch.
I don't drool. People think I drool. The only time I drool is when I'm asleep, because that's attractive.
What's that?
Apparently, the walls are thinner than I thought. No, let's see. No,
Oh yeah.
it's been a good week. It's been an interesting week. Yeah, I don't know, just a lot of stuff to do. Being a film major is fun and hard, and then because you guys are rude and brought up the UK,
Rude.
there's a huge there's an opportunity for me that I really have to do a lot of soul searching and thinking about.
She doesn't.
And you can tell I've got some supporters, but and it's great, but it's like you got to be in my head to understand it. But anyways, no, it's just a very interesting opportunity to go and study abroad in London for my last semester.
Which is totally Victoria. She has to do this. We keep on telling her she has to do it.
The world needs to know. But like I've been thinking about it a lot, and I don't know, it's a lot to think about. But and what's weird about it is that it would fulfill everything I need to finish college, and I'd get to go to London on the side. Of course, then there's that wonderful thing called the dollar and the money symbol, and I don't have a lot of it. So I can't even make it rain. Like, I can barely make it drizzle. Like, I don't even, like, what's worse? Like I can make it spit. Like, yeah,
I mean, at least something comes out of your hand.
yeah. And so, but I just, it's a big thing. So that was kind of through a loop for me. But other than that, shoot, I'm good. I'm ready to do this podcast. I'm ready to move on from certain things that people keep bringing up. And we do not need my face this red today. Okay, this is rude.
Cumberbatch.
Oh, bless you, sweetie.
Oh, thank you. So, okay. All right. Well, I guess, is it my turn then? I mean, Tom, Victoria, is it my turn, or am I missing somebody?
Well, that or we find an Easton to talk.
Easton.
Iron Man is doing really well today. He's fine. He's been saving the world one plushie at a time. He's doing great.
He doesn't talk very much, though. Why are you talking for him? Can't he talk for himself?
Do you see this?
His communicator broke.
Yeah.
Oh.
Little baby Tony Stark doesn't need to talk to you, okay?
Fine. I don't want to talk to him anyway.
No. So how are you, Weston? How's your week been? How goes it?
Well, I think I mentioned it before, but with my girlfriend Kayla and I, we are co-producing a short film with a small budget through our school. And producing it's a hard job, especially when you've never done it before. So you're just learning all the ropes all at once. So realizing that pretty much the producer is the person that has to pick up all the slack. If there's something going wrong, the producer has to fix it. So I'm learning that very fast. You always have to be on top of everything.
Oh yeah, dude,
So,
that's just well, I mean, we've talked about it, but that's some rough stuff that you're doing, and I'm really impressed. You know.
Kayla's she's the better producer. I'll be honest, she's the better producer. This is what I do. I just sit in front of a camera and make weird faces, and that's what I like to do.
And
But you're good
spit
at
out
it.
accents.
Oh, thanks. Like college. Yeah, I like college. Yeah, that's pretty much that summed up everything about. That summed up everything about me, and in a way, it's kind of sad, but I'm okay with it.
I was gonna say, you know what? You should be okay with whatever makes you happy,
That's true.
as long as you're not getting hurt and other people aren't getting hurt. Because I mean, if you're just one of those people that likes to, just I don't know, if you're just a serial killer and you love what you do, I guess that's a little rough. There's a line,
Tom.
right?
Remember, I'm in the same building as you now.
Oh, that's true.
I can find you.
Oh, and I did get a little something. Hold on.
On the topic of serial killers,
Yeah.
This is my.
for a second I thought you were holding up celery.
Oh,
I'm like, celery killer. Okay.
He's dyslexic. It's celery instead of cereal.
this is bamboo. Get your plants right.
But it looked like celery. Listen.
Let's see.
How about
If I? Does that look like celery now? Huh?
Yes.
Huh? Does it look like celery
I want
now?
It looks like you're in a jungle. Crikey! I don't know why I'm in bamboo.
There's bamboo everywhere. So anyway, this last week, I definitely believe that it's good to get natural light and get plants and nature and just part of your room or whatever, just to feel more relaxed and stuff. So I decided to buy some lucky bamboo from your neighborhood-friendly Walmart. And
Is it lucky because you bought it, or is it lucky for you?
I don't know.
I was like, that was a really tough question. I'm sorry.
I know that minute of contemplation right there.
I was thinking about taking more time to think about it, but then I realized we have a podcast we're doing.
Well, like 10 minutes later. No.
See, I would have waited that 10 minutes and still been, I don't know. I wouldn't even give you any satisfaction. Just nope, you got nothing.
It could be worse. You could have forgotten what you were doing and just been like,
Huh?
So anyways, we should start the podcast, okay? Here comes the title. So anyways, all right.
So life continues is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say. And you know what? I'm optimistic. I try not to be a pessimist for the most part.
And time marches on.
You know
Yep.
what cracked me up is like he just blew sunshine up his own skirt. Like I'm an optimist. I'm not a pessimist. Drink. Like
Well, Victoria, I just thought that the world needs to know.
stop doing that.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, let's get into the meat of things. So, just for those of you that haven't watched the podcast, it is broken up into two sections. The first section is called Wouldn't It Be Weird If? And this section, we grab some random nouns and a random verb, put it together, and put it into a sentence and decide if it would be strange if it happened in real life. And the second part is when we bring up some weird stories and talk about it and just get weird.
Let's get weird.
I love it. Yeah, so okay, so let's get into our first section here. So let's go to it. Boom. All right, so let me refresh the list of nouns. So you guys ready for the nouns?
Bring it.
Okay. Okay, so the first noun is route, Route.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna ask.
Route. Okay.
Route, sorry.
It's both.
Remember, she totally corrected. She kicked my butt in grammar and everything. It's like, you don't question Victoria when it comes to that thing.
That's all I got going for me.
All right, that's
right.
the first noun, and the second noun is tree. Would you like to know how to spell tree, by the way?
Depends. Are we saying three with a Middle Eastern accent?
Or Jamaican. Yeah, I'm on tree.
Oh yeah, tree. It's okay.
Now, is it tree as in like one of those sticky outy things outside? I don't go out often.
I think so.
Gives you
It's like
air.
that little celery plant I was holding, a little celery tree.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, celery.
Now I know what it is.
Okay. Do you feel lucky? Bamboo, celery tree?
Do ya? Punk?
Okay,
All right,
so
so
we
those
have
are the
root
two
and
nouns?
tree. Yes. And we're grabbing the verb right now. And our verb is flow.
I love it.
Root flows tree.
Or
So-
floats into a tree. You can put in a preposition.
What's a preposition? Yeah, so in the last episode, I did not get anything right when it came to grammar. And
He
it's not-
tried.
No, he didn't.
He really tried.
Thanks, Tom. You didn't have to say that. But okay.
It's okay. Tom's in my class, and he knows that I'm watching him on his grammar. I read his script in class, and I changed some stuff because while I was reading it out loud because I knew innately that it was wrong.
Tom, you're just wrong.
You're just wrong. Tom.
Hopes and dreams, Victoria! And we have reached our quota for the day, folks.
Yep, and she destroys them all the time for Tom. All the time.
I walk in the door, I just say it before anything else. It's not even hi, Victoria. It's hopes and dreams, Victoria. Okay, hi.
Okay, yeah.
Just
now
get
that
out of the
we-
way.
Yeah.
Just get out of the way.
Okay, so would it be weird or strange if a root flowed tree? Okay, yes, we're definitely have to throw something in there.
A preposition
Right.
and maybe an article.
Root flow. How about if a root flowed out of a tree?
Because it's funny. Because it's like it's a pun, like a root.
Yeah, see? She's on it. She's on it.
Oh, that's good.
But thank you, folks. We'll be here all week. Remember to tip your waitress.
Which would be her.
Somebody's coffee's getting a little extra something in it later. I bring it to your table,
Arsenic?
Mr. Eehn.
Yep, she brings me coffee and coffee and coffee. I didn't want to go to the sandwich bit. I really didn't. I was about to, but I decided
Bring you
not
a
to.
knuckle sandwich is what I'll bring you.
Does it come with mayonnaise?
I'm just picturing that right now. She
Just
comes
my
with,
fist
her
and, like,
knuckles have
mayonnaise
all
and, like,
over them,
bread.
and she's like, open wide.
No, he gets it a la carte, so none of the fixins.
So I'm gonna need to order more, is what you're saying.
You're gonna get the low carb version of it, where it's just the knuckle.
What? It better be cheaper. I need the carbs, Victoria.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking of your health.
Well, I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna get fat. That's the way it's gonna be.
It's cool. I'm there already, so yeah. I'll welcome you with big
I was
flabby
waiting.
arms.
Come to me.
You guys are rude. Anyways,
Come to be my child.
please tell me you brought pudding snacks.
Okay.
If you did not bring the pudding snacks.
Okay, so would it be strange if a root flowed through a tree? Is that what we want to stick with?
Well, I mean, you could go with either, because if a root comes out of a tree, I'm gonna laugh because it's a pun, and it's
Okay.
not a great pun.
Comes out of a
But
tree.
Okay, so I feel like since the pun thing is happening, we should just stick with that. So if
Okay.
a root, what was it? If a root
Flowed.
flowed
Flow.
from a tree?
from
Okay.
a tree, we're gonna go from a
Okay.
tree. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look at it as the root, as in like a road, or not like the pun. Even though it's a great pun, I know it is a great pun. So, this sounds like a fantasy movie, like Wonderland kind of stuff. The tree, like a root coming from it. You follow it. There's a rabbit, crazy rabbit. You're late.
It's like instead of the yellow brick road, it's the yellow bark road.
Is there a dog there by chance?
Yeah. I mean, he's a dogwood. Thank you to the applause that I'm getting for that one.
The world needed to know.
I needed to know.
So I think it would be kind of strange if it flowed. Well, if it flowed from.
Well,
Through.
if it's like a man-made road, you can have it going through the tree. Like if the tree is hollowed out.
They do have those. In fact, there's quite a few
Yeah.
in national parks that it's happened, and my aunt and uncle have been to one, and it's really cool. It's just one big carved out arch in this big, huge tree. It's pretty neat.
So
So
that isn't weird at all.
no, we do it
We
all
need
the time.
we need new verbs. We
Well,
need
I
new
mean-
verbs and
I think it would be weird if like you were just walking like here on campus, and you're just walking, and then like You know, suddenly you got to go through a tree because there's nowhere else to go. I mean, and we don't have really big trees here.
No, we don't.
No, we
So like you
don't.
would think, can I just walk around it? But for
James.
some reason you can't. You have to go through the tree. You know what? That's it. I know what I'm doing for senior year. It's just everybody must walk through a tree.
Now,
Just
are you
do it.
planning to have a route flow from it, or they have to walk through the tree and just find a way?
Oh, I want to see
And-
people run into trees. Like
Are you setting up a toll booth?
I should. I should.
You're welcome.
That's the
I could
worst deal
help you-
ever.
help you
I had
get
to
to
pay
London.
to walk into a tree. Victoria.
Weston. There's stupider things we pay for.
Now, what's something? Are you thinking of something in particular?
Oh, I think of a lot of things people put money into, and it's like, why? Like reality TV. There, I said it.
But Victoria, it's real.
Yeah, it's about as real. It's about as real as Tom's hopes and dreams right now. Just already
And-
the silent treatment.
And Thomas Ab.
Drama queen.
Get your own reality TV show, Tom.
Yeah, just talk about how I abuse you.
At least I'd
make
have
us
a lot of
both funny.
material. I'd
Yeah.
have a lot of material.
You would. Unending.
It's pretty much everyday occurrence. Sorry, Tom. Your hopes and dreams are going to fail.
I tried to do the same for Weston, but he's my boss, so
So it's not working out too well.
no. But in my head, it's wonderful.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
You fired.
You're fired. Is that from A Bug's Life, right?
Yes, it's a Bug's Life. It's the two pill bugs
That's right.
named Tuck and Roll.
Tuck and roll. It's so good. So
Of course you remember their names.
I had little plushies of them, okay?
if you get plushies, you know their names, Tom.
And they would fold up, and like you could fold them up and you could throw them because they became little balls.
Did you throw them at people, dogs,
No,
bystanders?
not people or dogs, just my brother.
Okay. Well, you threw it at someone.
So your brother doesn't count as people?
No, he's singular. He's a person.
So actually, technically, he wouldn't be people.
Ah. Hello,
Grammar,
grammar
Tom.
guys.
Grammar.
I watched right into that one.
Yeah, no, the door was wide open and there was a welcoming committee for that one.
Yeah. And it's slammed shut behind you, so I'm hoping I don't walk through it with you. But I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will.
No, she's gonna throw you through the door because you need to get re-educated.
But Tom, I go to college.
Which college? The non-life one or the all-life one?
I
Is it
go to the
college
one where
have
you
to
learn
walk through
stuff.
trees?
where you learn stuff. The school for kids who want to learn and do other stuff good too, right?
Darn right.
Yeah, walking into trees and paying for it.
It's a tree fine.
That's a bucket list check.
Right. I gotta walk through a tree and pay for it.
Hey, that would literally be a money tree, wouldn't it?
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh.
But how
That was
much can you
terrible.
lend from it?
I don't know, but I'm going out on a limb here and I'm saying I did everything I could to put that one in there. I'm not even proud of that.
Okay. All right. Before we just become tree people at this rate, we're just gonna have so
Oh,
many
yeah.
puns. People are gonna die, I think. Why don't we move on into our second section and start bringing up some of the weird stories around the world? And Tom, why don't you start us off?
Okay, well, for my log line, because that's what us film majors do, science offers a save a face. Quite
Save-
literally, a save a
Science-
face.
Save a face.
Science offers a save of face. It's not just science saving face, although that can be it too. Because in Portugal, there's actually a man, José Mestre, who was born and he just had this little, this small little like pimple thing going on right here on his upper lip. But then over time it grew and it basically mutated. So his whole face is now monstrous growths. He doesn't even have a face anymore. Like it's actually suffocating him because he's the modern day Quasimodo. Unfortunately, like it's awful to look at because it's just his face is like this big.
Don't worry, I am collecting a picture
Because
of it
it's
right
the-
now. I think Victoria, did you see the picture yet? Before, maybe? No.
No.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's
so
awful.
my
And then
imagination is running wild.
yeah, but And then it's actually a good thing because unlike my tree man, I have a follow-up on this one. Because initially Jose was not going to get treatment because as a Jehovah's Witness that would require a blood transfusion and he's against that. But then in Victoria, here's you, a British scientist found out a way to use a ultrasound in order to reduce the bleeding so that he wouldn't need to get it. So they were able to remove pretty much all the growths on his face. He's going to get reconstructive surgery soon in order to actually reinvent a face for him because right now it's just like he has eyes and he has like breathing and then a little bit of a nose bump, but he's mainly bandaged up so I couldn't even see that. But it's removed so he can breathe again, which is a good thing because the growths are gone.
Yeah, it was all
But then
over his
he
face.
He gets he gets another shot at life, which is awesome.
That is
And
awesome.
it's just like, but it's again, it's one of those weird things. Like, how did that happen? Because it was just, I think it was a common thing too. Like with the tree guy, how it was just like the human papilloma virus, and it's like it shouldn't do that, but it was him specifically. So just Jose got a bad draw. And are you seeing it?
Yeah, right now I have the pictures up. It's the second part of the page where I think it's a picture of him when he was younger and the picture of when he was a little bit older and it developed more. And then
Yeah.
of the picture of, I think his sister, right? Is his sister who's
Yeah, that's
kissing?
his sister.
Who's kissing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's his sister.
it's literally just all these growths. You can barely see his eye actually in this picture.
I know it's
I love how you
weird.
both have seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't see it.
You know what?
It's not been sent to me.
I wasn't going to get on Facebook, but I'm going to do that real fast. And
I'm left
Can't
out.
you just
Do
can't
that.
you just sorry folks, technical moment. Can't you just post the thing in the log box here and she can open it up there?
I would love to, but with the way I got set up right now, technically, is that if I do that, I mess up the video feed stuff.
Oh, never mind, folks. Technical moment over.
No, that's
But-
right. Well, I'll get
yeah,
this
again,
to Victoria real fast here.
I'm happy because this story has a happy ending. You
It
know,
has some
he's
closure
first-
to it.
Yeah, so it like I searched for it and they were I'm just happy they were able to get it off because one,
Got it for
the
you,
social
Victoria.
stigma of what he looks like, it's awful. And then the fact that it was actually impeding his life because
Yeah.
he couldn't breathe.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
you go. See?
while I'm looking at this, oh, yeah, look at Victoria's face right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at it, where would air go through? There just doesn't seem to be
I
any
don't know.
openings.
I can't even, like you said, you can't see his eyes. I don't know where any of his features are. I don't know where his eyes are. I don't know where his nose is. I don't know where his mouth is. Because it's just there.
Yeah, yeah. Victoria, do you feel like you want to say something?
If I ever complain about like this stuff, like a big old zit on my face, just slap me, cause poor guy. And I mean the fact that he can't see, can't like breathe, that's just that is horrible. The poor thing.
And
I
then as
know,
you,
but again, it's been removed. So think
Yeah.
about that. Like just picture that. Just picture me. You know, like I have eyes, but then the rest of me is wrapped up. But it's all gone. Like he has one breathing ability.
right.
Yay.
Yeah.
And two, he has a new shot because from the last follow-up that I was able to find, they are going to do reconstructive surgery on his face, so hopefully he'll get some semblance
Yeah.
of a face
That'd be
back.
great. Yeah, that'd be great for him.
It's just on his face, right?
No, it's just his face, yeah, which
Yeah.
is, again, that's the weird part. Like, 'cause it started as a pimple. Like, just this little thing where you can see
Victoria,
it because
it
it's like
started
his...
as a pimple.
Oh, don't be mean.
I'm sorry.
Don't be mean.
You're going down, dude. You are going down.
Isn't he off to the right this time because the pictures are up, or is that not happening?
Right now, let's see. Victoria is to, yes, that direction. And then for Victoria, it'd
As
be...
I'm pointing two ways.
Well, I didn't see the other hand. I saw the finger pointing that way. And, well, that's partially correct. So, yes, you were right, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
again,
man.
closure. This is
Yeah.
good. This
Yeah.
is good. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, no, that's really great. So I like when weird stuff that's like life threatening, because really that's kind of scary. It
Yeah.
comes up good. I like happy endings.
Ditto. Well, cool.
Yeah, so that was my weird story number one. Next.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll move on to my story here. So let's see. Okay. So what I'm calling this story is "Go Home, Wasps. You're drunk." So I don't know. How do you guys feel about insects and stuff? Are you okay with insects like spiders and bees and stuff?
Spider's
No.
not an insect.
No, Tom, what were you saying? No.
Spiders? No.
Why not?
No.
Why
no,
not? They're so cute though. With their little
They're not
hairy-
an insect.
They're not an insect. They're arachnids or something.
I don't care. I don't like arachnids. I don't like arachnids.
I was trying
What are
to
you,
get like
Batman?
all the eyes.
Or binoculars?
I was trying to do all the eye
It's like,
thing.
I see you.
Victoria, please correct me as usual.
Yeah, spiders are in fact arachnids, as you've said 300 times now. But but you don't like spiders, Tom? Arachnophobic, are you?
Insectophobic? Wait, that's wrong.
You know,
I like insects. It's just certain ones, like I get freaked out by spiders because I don't know the difference between the only ones that I really know are like the black widow and the brown recluse. But aside from that, I don't know what else can kill me. And then like centipedes, no thank you. Yeah, no, not happening. And just a few others, the names of which don't come to mind right now. But like I'm good with all, nice insects. I like ladybirds. I like butterflies. I like caterpillars. I like praying manti, whatever.
fantasies.
Mantises.
Oh no, I'm just being mean.
The worst
know,
part, Victoria, is that
like,
we would believe you because you always correct us.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't. I'm like that doesn't. I was trying to figure out yesterday for
Mantises.
class. I was writing something down, and I'm like, okay, so Cicero did it, so it's Caesarean, right? And then my friends looked at me, and they're like, no, and I'm like, yeah, that sounded wrong when I said it, so no, it's not happening. But again, butterflies, ladybugs, I'm good with.
Okay, so the cute
Moving
ones.
on. Yes, and bees. I love bees.
You like bees.
I like bees.
Why not? Okay, all right, cool. All right, I'll go with that. And I will continue on. So, all right.
You're
getting
wrong about bees and wasps.
no,
Wasps are mean. Bees, you know what? As long as they leave me alone, they're fine. But I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of anything that hovers and buzzes. I've never been stung, but
So you don't
wasps
like
are
dragonflies?
jerks.
yeah.
No, they're fine. They don't hover around my face. Bees really like my hair, and I don't know why.
That passion fruit shampoo
Oh,
and that
yeah.
honey shampoo.
Thanks, Avon.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just like bees are cool. Bees are great because they've found that through bees and like I guess there's an enzyme either in there and how they make honey or whatever. They're using bees to words coming up to me to sterilize the HIV genome or HIV
Ooh.
cell, and they've just proven that it can
More
happen.
happiness.
So right, so bees I'm okay with. They sting me, it's cool. At least they're helping other people. It's fine.
The greater
Wasps?
good, right?
Wasps? No.
Wasps? Don't get me started. They're jerks. They sting you because they can.
Do you want to know what's even worse than like a
they're
regular
drunk?
wasp?
A drunk one?
I was just say a drunk wasp is even worse than a regular wasp.
Okay, but how does a wasp get drunk?
I know.
Well, Victoria, let me tell you.
Segue.
Segue into our next story. No, so first of all, let me just bring out where this is happening. Apparently, the British Red Cross, you can't escape it, Victoria. You can't escape it. Let me just say, the British Red Cross is warning citizens of a record number of wasps that are, quote, out of a job. Now, what do you think that means?
They're unemployed wasps. Great.
They are.
So
They're
now
drunk.
they have nothing to
They're
do.
unemployed and
Yep.
they're jerks. Do they wear little
Yes.
wife beaters and just sit on the couch getting fat and just go, "Ugh, bring me the donuts? You know?
So what's happening is that the queens have all the nectar that they need, which means that the working wasps have no work to do. So, obviously, I think it's great because this story totally correlates with human beings. I think. Just the workers don't have any work to do. They find things to do.
Oh, great. The wasps are, our U.S. government. Soon there's going to be a blackout on wasps and just a shutdown of the wasp government. And yeah.
Yep, and they're going to start striking.
Yeah, you can't visit the White Hive. and you
Striking
can't-
literally.
Can you imagine little wasps with picket, signs? Just be yourself.
Actually, the wasps, I know there's some videos of wasps tearing bees apart, so I don't know if they'd say that.
No, I like bees. I like bees.
I'm
I
sorry,
told you.
Tom. Didn't mean
Wasps are jerks.
So you're probably wondering, how are they getting drunk? So apparently
Yes.
by drinking fermenting fruit juice, that's how they get drunk.
Dude, that's how everybody gets drunk. Like, what do you think? What do you think drinks
Wine
are?
is. I
Yeah,
know.
wine is fermented grape juice. You just leave some purple drink out for a little while. And don't do that. Don't try that at home. It'll be disgusting and you'll get mold.
Don't do it. Don't drink mold.
Don't do it.
Kids, don't drink mold.
Yeah. Kool-Aid does not make wine.
So just like with human... That's classy. Let me just say right now, that is the classiest thing ever.
Holla to El Cajon right there for you.
Oh, no. So just like human beings, by getting drunk off this fermenting fruit juice, they get bolder and angrier, which leads to more stinging. So drink drunk wasps. It's happening. And watch out, kids.
There's an AA meeting for wasps. They're all in a circle. And they're just sitting there. It's like, hi, I'm Buzz. Hello, Buzz.
Hello, Buzz.
And I've been drinking since 2 days ago, which is about half my lifespan.
Since I was born.
Since I was born, since I was a larva. My father was a drunk before me. My mother was the queen.
She's happy. I'm not. I have mother issues.
I have a lot of mommy issues.
I have queen issues.
Half of you are my cousins, and I'm gonna have to mate with one of you. And that just ain't flying.
Ain't flying. Hence why I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wasps get depressing suddenly. Like,
See, now do you feel
Wow.
bad for them?
No.
Victoria.
No. No. Give me
what?
5,
Nope.
Victoria.
Nope.
there are so many things. There's so many things a wasp can do. I'm sorry. He can collect unemployment. He can go out and be an upstanding member of society. And I'm just saying, this is what our government tells us. If you don't have a job, then it's your fault. See, now that, okay.
Boom.
So obviously, instead, where are they getting the resources? If they don't have a job, where are they getting the resources to go and find booze in fermented fruits? Where are they finding fermented
Unemployment.
fruit? So they do
so.
gather unemployment.
I
and
think
they
so.
just
They're stealing from the Queen's treasury.
Social Security wasp thing.
This is like it's like Grand Theft Wasp. Like it's just really upsetting. I don't know, man.
So yeah, those are my drunk wasps. So
Drunk
Victoria,
wasps.
would you like to continue on with whatever story you might have?
Oh, Drunk Wasp was pretty good.
Okay, I'm just saying, you know.
However,
Ooh, you have pictures. You have pictures.
picture I do. In fact, went out on like total research with this too. Found a great artist's rendering of it. And so a man, I'm going to just switch over to my notes here. There was a war veteran who he served in Vietnam. His name is Frank Baker, and he's the only known survivor of the unexplained human phenomenon of human spontaneous combustion. So that's why the title of this segment is called Burn, Baby, Burn. I couldn't come up with a better one.
Burn, baby,
was-
burn, burn.
Yep.
So it turns out that this guy, he was about to go on a fishing trip with a friend of his.
Yeah.
And his friend Pete, they're just sitting on the couch. They're getting ready to go. And this is back in '85. So they were just talking about it recently, checking up on him and everything. And so they recently did a reenactment on, I think, the Science Channel. And so he's sitting there and they're just getting ready to go. Everything's fine. And he's like, we're having a hell of a time. It was good stuff. And then suddenly he just burst into flame. And he just sat there and was burning. And then they're like, oh my God. So they tried as hard as they could to, put out the fire, and they did. But there was nothing flammable near him. In fact, a lot of people say that there's been about 200, 300 reported cases of spontaneous human combustion. And they say that, look, it's basically a lot of the victims that, they are near something flammable, or, and then that way they just burst into flame. And so like maybe an open flame is out and just something on them is flammable.
Right.
They even say that like flammable clothing or excess fat, and I'm like, I've been around enough fires that I haven't spontaneously combusted yet. So, I mean, I'm just saying it's
That's
a little
good.
Thank you. I think so too. But so he says, yeah, the doctor called me and like they did some test results. They said, look, this burned from inside you.
Whoa.
This was burning from the inside out. But he did survive, and it's a very graphic picture. So
all right, I'm ready for it. I think I'm ready.
okay, artist rendering of what happened to Frank Baker.
Oh God!
Hey, it's the Human Torch.
What? You need to accept it.
No. No.
Tom, you're taking this very well.
I internalize a lot.
Yeah. Weston, I know, Weston. It's really rough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you that, but he did survive and he's fine now. In
Okay.
fact,
Okay. All right.
very small picture of him, and he did survive. He's looking pretty good for an older guy. So good on him. But again, we get some closure. But I mean, just imagine you're sitting there and whoosh.
Yeah, how does that work? Okay,
I'd run for
so
the Pepto-Bismol.
okay, so aside from saying flame on, how do you burst into flame? Like, okay, is it just that you literally catch fire from something beside you? But they say it came from inside him. So what? He had overactive stomach acid and just like
Yeah.
sparked?
Dude, I've eaten enough Taco Bell that I should have combusted by now, all right?
Okay, and then when you combust, do
Tums?
you just like set on fire or do you like scorch?
Well, in his case, he just like fire burst out on him.
Do you,
And
do you know where the point of? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you said it. Did you say where the point of origination was?
actually, the article didn't say so. The
Okay.
reenactment is only a reenactment because it did happen over almost 30 years ago.
Okay.
So, but the picture the still that they had from it, his hands on fire. Like it's just this guy that's playing Frank Baker. And it's just
Right.
hands on fire. But it's really interesting is that a lot of these cases, and I've read about some cases, is that they have found people, their bodies, they just found them in their house and there's nothing but scorch marks where their body lies. Like they remove the body to go into the autopsy and there's nothing but like a burn mark.
Whoa.
And nothing else is on fire.
Huh.
So yeah, spontaneous combustion, it's one of those weird phenomena, and it's one of those you either believe that it can happen or you don't, and you try to find the
Nope.
Well,
for it. Just
is there
Nope.
are there any common factors that factor in? Because I don't want to burst into flame
Well, like I said,
unless I can control it.
Tom, it's too late for you. I'm sorry. It's just gonna happen.
burn, baby, burn.
Oh, I thought you were making a reference. I'm like,
No.
hey man,
I
hey
will-
man.
Nope. Just being serious.
So the factors that are common is that they have found that either just they had excess body fat, so they burned faster, and they were near something flammable is what they think. It's all hypothesis. They're really not sure, but the fact that he survived and hasn't
Yeah.
lit up since, kudos to you, Mr. Baker.
I'm glad he doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. That's great. That's great.
Yes, that's
great.
good.
Right? Yeah.
All
I wonder
right.
if that would make it worse.
What?
I wonder if that would make it worse. Like,
But-
are you more likely to spontaneously combust if you're a smoker?
Well,
know,
technically, wouldn't all the
coating it?
tar in his lungs like
Coat
make
it, right?
harder?
Oh,
Yeah.
harder. You mean harder to burst into flames or easier to burst into flames?
Well, either or, I guess, depends, right?
You turn your body into asbestos. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
No,
Just
I know.
Drink a bottle of that. There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that does he get drunk? Because that's not helping him not burst into flame.
He said he was out to go fishing, I mean, granted, when you watch like the sports channel, 4 hours of, watching people fish, most of the time they're probably just drinking a beer. He probably was just like, yeah, I better get my booze and go. I don't know. Like, that's a good question. If he were here, I would ask him.
But he's not, so we won't.
No, he's happily away from all of us. So
You people leave me alone.
Imagine if he comes upon this video and he's like, "That's me."
I'm a star.
I remember the person that drew that.
It's like, wow, I didn't know anybody was there to take a picture.
What can I say? I'm an active journalist.
No. Okay, Tom, what do you got? What's your second story?
Okay, my second story is also science related, and unfortunately I have no closure, but I'm not sure the story requires closure. My story is science discovers new life? Question mark?
Okay.
Because okay, and I've been trying to find out more about it. It's just that they keep trying to find out if there's life on other planets or
Right.
alien life here on Earth. Well, they found something that they think is the most alien thing they've ever met. And it's in like
Victoria?
an acidic lake in
Couldn't resist yourself, could ya?
Well, you did say earlier when we were talking before the podcast, you're like, oh, they met me.
I was being sarcastic. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, where did they find one of my cousins?
They found it in a lake in California.
Oh
Go
no.
us. It's apparently it's like where we have like blood, it has arsenic in its veins. And then
Nice.
I can't find any pictures of it. So NASA found this thing, and then there are all these other sites where it's like, is it true? And then there's one site debunking it, and I don't know what to pay attention to, but it's just like, seriously. And
Welcome to the internet.
yeah,
Don't know what's true.
pretty much. You can't find reliable stuff anywhere, and you would think you would because it was on the NASA page, but then it's like you can't.
And if you do, there's always some person on some website saying this is false. It's don't even listen.
Yeah.
The world
Yeah.
needs to know.
Oh man, I was timing you on what that was going to be said.
It's like, 20 minutes. Dang it. All right.
Yeah. So,
On.
but again, it's. Oh. I thought you were bringing something relevant to the table there, Victoria.
No, just my water.
But still, it's interesting. It's like how many of because we're finding new things all the time, right? You know, in the
Right.
depths of the ocean and in the little caverns of forests that we have yet to explore. So then we find something in an acidic lake, and it's like
down.
that is definitely strange and alien. But and there's the other thing. They're like, does it come from outer space or is it terrestrial? So they think it's terrestrial. It's just that it's unlike anything they have yet to find.
Well, there are so many things on this planet, like especially like we mentioned, I think last week, the Marianas Trench.
Yeah.
And when you go down, there's so many things that we still have not discovered. And I mean, like every week, almost another million species of insects is discovered.
So exciting.
Just be like, oh, this is the same kind of bug as the other one, but this one's red. Like that'd be me. That's
New species.
why I am not an entomologist.
It's like a blue ladybug.
Actually, those are really cool.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So, I don't. You said you didn't have a picture of it, but so we don't know what it looks like. The thing they're talking about.
The thing that led me to the link was it had a picture of this little where's my artist rendering, Victoria? It was someone was holding, I think it was in someone's hand, and there was just this little black, almost star-looking thing in it, but it was black and it was kind of swayed to the right. You know how like if the star was spinning.
Okay.
And then it had like blue flecks, like blue veins running through it, and just a few white spots.
Evil starfish.
Yeah, ugh. But
That's all I got.
I've been
Sorry.
looking for it. No, because I even typed in NASA discovering alien life, like, and then I typed in the year and I went to images, and I got the NASA logo. I got pictures of aliens, you know, like science fiction aliens and other things, but I found no picture of this new life that they found.
Interesting. Well,
It's in Area
because they-
51 now, I guess.
They don't want you to know, man. It's conspiracy,
I guess-
bro.
it's conspiracy, man.
Well, the world needs to know.
And hopefully they will eventually with
Yeah, I'd
WikiLeaks.
like to know. I think that's
I'd like
neat.
to know.
Man, I
Yeah.
love NASA. I love that stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, let me jump into my second story. So I'm calling this one the Apple's newest device, the iFly phone.
The
The
Is that-
iFly.
is that- Is that when you're just tired of iOS 7 and you throw it across the room?
like watching time fly when you check your clock out the window.
Yep. Well, I know that my girlfriend, she totally did not like iOS 7 at first, but she's starting to
People are growing
acclimate to
on
it. Yeah, exactly. Well, in this case, what happened, well, I guess let me first jump into what is the worst circumstance you guys have ever had concerning a phone you've owned, a cell phone in particular.
Dropped it in the,
The
toilet.
screen went out.
Screen went out, that's the worst thing that's happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad, actually.
Folks, I'm one of the few people who still uses buttons.
Weird. What does that mean? I don't know.
He's a god among men.
It's like, man, we have electricity now, Tom. We passed fire some time ago.
Uh,
And then you dropped yours.
Fire still works for me.
Fine.
Okay.
Stay.
I take that back. I didn't drop my phone in the toilet. That was my best friend. She did it twice. Not
I
like
thought
the
you were
same
gonna say
phone
like
either.
your phone dropped itself into the toilet.
No. Okay, I dropped mine in the sink. It was in my pocket and I was
Not
brushing
bad.
my teeth, and I guess I got like Our sink was low. It was like near my hip, and I guess I leaned forward because it was like, hey, what's in my teeth? And the water was running, and then I hear this dunk, and I'm like, oh.
I should do something about it.
Anyway, so what's about you? What's the worst you've ever done to your phone?
The worst thing, I think the most interesting thing that's happened to my phone is when I was dating Kayla, before we were, I think even before we went on our first date, I was texting her a whole bunch. And I remember I was at a friend's barbecue at his house, and at his house they had a pool and a jacuzzi, and I was just excited. I'm in that dating phase and everything, and there's food, which then pure excitement hits. But so I'm just dancing around this jacuzzi holding an umbrella for some reason. I don't really know. Anyway,
Barry Poppins.
I'm dancing around, and the phone comes out of my pocket and goes into the jacuzzi.
It's all sorry, bro. Relaxation time.
You know what? We were cool talking to this girl, right? But now you're just a dork, so bye.
Your phone broke up with you and went to go to jacuzzi.
Just couldn't take it anymore, pretty much.
No.
So that's the worst thing that's happened to me. So not terrible. I haven't had the toilet sore.
Have you ever been so excited because you're dating somebody that your phone gives up and commits suicide in a jacuzzi? News at 11.
I was gonna say that.
Call the 1-800 hotline. My phone left me.
Oh, it's the new Bubble app.
So I think in this particular story, this circumstance is probably the most interesting that I've come across. So what happened was there's this woman named Angela Dalton, and she was with her 10-year-old on one of those 3-seater airplanes over Dothan, Alabama. Oh, I don't know. Do you guys know where that is? I don't know.
Yes, because
Alabama,
I know where the South is, and I know geography.
The South is north, right?
All day, every day up there.
Just making sure. Okay, so while Angela's on this plane, it's like a tour of the city, she takes out her iPhone to take a picture. Now, first of all, would you guys ever do that? I would never do that. While you're
you're on an airplane?
You're on like an open airplane. There's no windows or anything, and it's like where
like a copter.
Imagine like a roller coaster. If you're on a roller coaster and you take a picture, that I think it's kind of similar to that.
I was thinking she was on like some Boeing 737, and you said a 3-seater, and I'm thinking like 3 in each row.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Like, who let her open the door? Like, first of all, no, we got to go back to the source of this. TSA, squeeze me. I just want to take a picture of something outside. Is it okay? I want to take this picture.
Just
thank you.
You get some pretty cool pictures before you die.
The bags are dropping. Yeah.
So so I think it's one of those open planes, those 3-seaters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Now there wasn't a picture, so I assume that's what the 3-seater is. Because how can you lose your phone in a 3-seater airplane otherwise? I'm a little right.
If it was closed. They
closed.
Found a
That's
way.
what got me confused.
Okay. So assuming that is what happened, so she's taking a picture on her phone on this flight tour, and obviously just flies right out of her hand. And so what ends up happening, right? Exactly, because that's what happens when you take pictures in that kind of environment, right? Have you guys ever done pictures on a roller coaster or anything like that?
God, no. Most of the time on a roller coaster, I'm going, please don't let me die.
Fun.
And okay, so I guess at the current altitude they were at, that was 1,400 feet from the city. And of course, she was most afraid that her phone would hit somebody, like kill somebody, or land on somebody's windshield or something.
Man dies by iPhone. Apple's suing,
Not radiation, right?
Yeah, no.
So when she got back and landed and everything, just for the heck of it, she decided to call it just to see if, I don't know, just out of curiosity. And it actually rang, but obviously no one picked it up. And
it was probably embedded in some guy's head. How could he pick it up? He's like, hello?
No, he goes like this. Yes, how can I help you today?
It's literally an iPhone now. It's in his eye. Thank you. I'm here all week.
So this guy named Eric Hall, he goes out to get his mail probably a day or two later to get his mail, and in his lawn, he sees this orange iPhone, and obviously he's super curious, and so he charges it up, calls the last number, like outgoing call, and the guy answers it saying, yeah, it fell 1,400 feet, and apparently, according to the guy that found it, it was in pristine condition. It looked like it fell out of somebody's pocket.
That must have been a really soft lawn.
Are we sure Nokia didn't make this phone? Because dang.
Nope, it's the iPhone. And it's even more funny because the guy that found it, his name's Eric Hall, he was an air traffic controller of all the people to find it.
Dude, irony abounds.
Yeah. So just to let you know, so this is an iPhone, and it had a system case, so that's SYSTM case. So I'm not sure if it's the iPhone.
Get it, folks.
Or the case.
Get it, folks.
Or combined together. But 1,400 feet, your iPhone
Don't
to fly.
rule out the really soft lawn.
No, that amazes me because, like, I mean, I dropped my phone and, you know, I mean, I've seen people drop their iPhones and it shatters immediately, and all it did was, like, land on the couch. And it's just like, nope.
Self-implosion.
Yeah, no. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but that's really funny because like the fact that it could survive that. My best friend was at Disneyland and she lost her phone. It wasn't an iPhone, but she lost her phone on Space Mountain. And it was, of course, okay, so but like we searched every single car that went through. So it wasn't even in the seats. It went down into the ride.
Oh.
And so Catherine, like, for a week didn't have her phone, and she called it. And like I called it, and she's like, yeah, but Victoria, it's a smartphone, so it'll receive a call, but that's just the service receiving the call. It doesn't mean the phone is still intact. Well, then she gets she gets it back, and there's not a scratch on it. It still works perfectly, nothing. And I just, yeah, all right, whatever you want. Like, what did it see in Space Mountain? Disney magic.
It just floated to the bottom, right?
Yeah. I want to see, like, because people do this with their GoPros, and they take their GoPro up and put it on a weather balloon or whatever.
Right.
I want to see somebody try this again. I want Mythbusters. I want you to get in on this. Do everything like and just try to take a picture, let it out. I want to see if it survives.
Yep. I'm down. I second that. I second that.
I would watch that episode.
Thirded.
So.
Thirded.
I'm fourthing it because I can.
Firsted.
Firsted.
So good. So good.
Okay, Victoria.
All right. Well,
you got one more, right?
Yes, I have one more. So we talked about stinging animals, meaning the wasps. So my segment is called Jellyfish. How about Jamfish? Am I right? And the reason is, it's a terrible title, but the reason is because
where's the peanut butter jellyfish?
Peanut butter jellyfish. Peanut butter jellyfish.
You know when you can just see a joke coming and you know that it's going to be done, and you see it coming and you're like, Weston, no, but you're not fast enough. So in the Oskarshamn nuclear plant in Sweden, they have one of the largest nuclear reactors in the entire world, and they had to shut it down recently. And the reason is because there was a huge swarm of jellyfish, and they just clogged the pipes. And they're just these jellyfish, they're just hanging out and they get in. So they say it was back in 2005. It's funny though, because like in San Diego, we get the jellyfish at night, the really cool red ones that come up on the coast, and they look like, little balls of fire. And I think it's funny because we get a lot of jellyfish, and especially on the western coast here. And so oh no, excuse me. So like they had an incident like this in 2000, and this is most recent. Sorry, I got it backwards.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
So, but the generator that the reactor that is been clogged, it puts out 1,400 megawatts of like the boiling water reactor kind of deal stuff. Like we're talking insane science going on here.
Right.
And then, just a bunch of moon jellyfish. And moon jellyfish, in fact, look like this. Another. I'm terrible, actually.
That's a great underwater picture. I loved it.
That's fantastic. Water is clear. All right. Don't hurt my art. I'm a starving student. I need it.
What if Price sells art?
Oh God, not this again.
Oh boy.
So, anyways, it happened in Diablo Canyon in California on our their plant too.
Yeah.
Because gelatinous jellyfish get sucked into these pipes and they just sit there and it's going. They're just like, is there more jellyfish in the world and we're just having that problem? But there's no historical data saying that there is more jellyfish than there was at any other time.
Yeah.
So they're basically going, look, the waters of Oskarshamn in Sweden, they're really nice, and the moon jellyfish really like that type of water.
Okay.
They don't care if there's algae blooms, they don't care if oxygen concentration is low. They come over, take over the entire ecosystem. Nuclear reactor be darned. So I just want to say, I've had things like clogged pipes, like hair, and sometimes like just somebody, like a kid throwing toys in it or whatever.
Yeah.
But could you? I mean, and you see the people in in the bayou that have gators and snakes in theirs, and I'm just going, there's gonna be that one poor guy in Sweden who's flushing, and then there's gonna be like this, jellyfish coming out, and I'm just saying that would be more terrifying than an alligator, because at least you know what an alligator looks like. Jellyfish, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes.
I just thought about that Vine video with the red panda, and I was thinking, Tom, Tom, you've seen that one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I imagine is the guy is, he sees his sink is all clogged. He takes out the little piece, and then there's jellyfish like, oh, 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 oh.
Wait, the guy's reacting like this, right? Not the jellyfish.
No, actually, the jellyfish.
Fish, they just flail.
Okay. which would suck, because given how jellyfish sting,
Yep.
he's probably
like
gonna
that.
get hit.
Yes, that's what happens.
This jellyfish wants to party.
Where's SpongeBob when you need him?
Man.
Oh yeah, that's a great combination.
A flaming jellyfish.
We might have to make a game out of that. Oh man, Victoria just draws random things. We could make a story out of it.
Ooh, segment 3.
I'll just be kind with what I draw. No caricatures of Tom.
You just have to show him crashing and burning and write hopes and dreams, and I think you'll be set.
Yes. This is your hopes and dreams, Tom, and he's burning.
Oh, guys, I think you're cutting
See,
out.
already.
Oh.
Didn't even mean to. Already.
I like how no matter what, we lose Tom. This time it was voluntary.
Twice now.
I am so stoked that this is the first time we've had Tom throughout the entire podcast. Now, that's something to be proud of. I'm proud of it.
It is. No, it's great. I'm so excited.
So I think, though, we have just wrapped up. We all did our stories. We did our first segment, and we are good to go, I think.
Yeah.
And we finally got both of them in for all of us. Hey.
We got really, really quiet. We're all out.
We were sharing in that moment.
Yes.
It was good.
We felt good.
Well, excellent. So we will be back next week, next Sunday at 4 p.m. PST to do more weird stories, and we hope that you enjoy this. And I always keep on mentioning it, but we are hoping to get this podcast to go live eventually. So by doing that, we just need to keep on uploading, and of course, your continual support by liking, commenting, but most of all, sharing it with your friends, family, strangers, jellyfish, stinging wasps,
Flaming men,
or your dreams and hopes that are flaming. Whatever you want to share it, we would appreciate it. And yeah, this is the best one we've had so far.
I feel good about this one. It can only go up.
So do you guys have any final messages, any final thoughts you want to throw out there before we go?
I saw Up recently for the first time. I cried.
Well, I think you guys can take that for however you want.
I would like to thank all of our viewers and our future viewers. I would also like to apologize to Benedict Cumberbatch for all of the terrible things that we have done with your accent. Much love, homie. And to the BBC, sorry.
The world needs to know.
Sorry. But to the rest of you, no, really, please like, share, and I'm watching you. I will be there. I'm going to sit there and make sure you like it. The video. Make sure you like the video.
I should get a knuckle sandwich with mayonnaise on it. Low carb.
Ooh, can I have mine with mustard?
Victoria?
Well, yeah, I got 2. Let's do this.
Okay, everyone, wait.
You get served first, Wes.
Sounds good. All right, everyone. Well, we'll see you next week, and have a great and weird week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, folks.